And it is like, oh, it's so loud and chattery and all over the place right now. And those preload knobs, they call them. Trail Jesus, your rake. I think that's a rake. I ain't never saw a rake like that before. That thing's just sitting out here, man. What are you doing? You can't afford to lose your rake, man. Let's do this. Okay. Clean that up for some people here. All right, I think our work here is done. Trail Jesus, get your rake, homie. I'd take it down, but I got a real-time review to do.
I mean, wow, this is bad. This is a whole new level of people right here.
You're gonna need the elbow pad.
Wolf Tick Nation, thank you guys for tuning in to once again another Wolf Tick Videos episode. On today's episode, we are on our way to Dardanelle. We're about to do the turn off on beautiful Mount Nebo. We're doing the real-time review on the Black Diamond. We're seeing if the FS.2 Slalom, still in stock form for now, all right, we're seeing if that bike can outlast.
This is not Survivor. Stop
outplay.
Right there. I will stop you right there. This is not Survivor.
The Black Diamond Hayes Creek Run, 2.3 miles of pure nastiness. All right, so that's what we're fixing to do. But you want to do a little truck talk first, so I figured we'd just wrap it all into one.
Well, we're just talking about some stuff right now. I said this should be on camera. Like, some of this stuff, I think, is a lot of people would like to hear these conversations, like the behind the scenes sort of. Like, we're sitting here trying to figure out the dropper situation for the slalom. And I think some of that should be recorded, and then we could decide what to use or not. But I think having it and not needing it's better than needing it and not having it. You know, we had originally said on the initial impressions, I don't know if you edited it out, I can't remember, that when we look at droppers, I was thinking we might have to try the 27.2 and shim it. Yeah. You know, because it's a 31.6. And that would give us a few millimeters more room, potentially even more, and we could put a little
it's
longer.
Got that really nasty angle. We talked about that. Yeah, well, I left it in there.
You left it in. Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember. Man, I go through a lot of stuff, so you know I forget. Anyway, there's not much room that goes into that stay, right? There's not much. It's pretty short.
It's pretty short.
If we say we got 100 millimeter, we'd have to ride it pretty high for you to get full extension on the legs. It drops. It's going to be sticking up as high, if not higher, than the seat now, potentially.
And that's a good point. And the reason, I mean, we were talking about this on the initial impressions episode and the real-time review a little bit, but the reason why it kind of got brought back up, from my standpoint, is there was a guy on the channel, he commented, it's Owen Miner, says, Exaform 860 or the 900 in 100 millimeter drop size slams down really far into the frame and is perfect for my 5'3" daughter.
Yeah, but 5'3", fully extended, it might go in pretty decent. Fully extended, it's not going to be the same for you. Yeah. Like what I'm saying is you're not going to have full extension, which is going to bother you on climbing. So
yeah, then you might have to go down there with a quick release, or
you'll have to have a quick release, which defeats the whole point of having a dropper.
Yeah, you're right. So I guess that's an idea, or something that we're gonna have to play with. Maybe get a shim. And it's just a dropper, so it's not like it takes a bunch of, if I put that sucker down, it's not like it takes a bunch of abuse throughout.
I don't know. You've actually broken a few of them.
Yeah, if you put it down, then you go jumping. Anyway, so
you leave it up and go jumping.
That's kind of a discussion that we're having. We are getting together, fixing to record a Patron video. We are getting together some stuff that we want to order for this bike that is on heck of a deal right now. Heck of a deal all over the interweb there. But I think the goal is, this bike is a $500 bike.
Yeah, $498. Well, it's that's another thing real quick. Let's just brought that up. It's $448 in the store, and that was brand new, not used and put back or anything like that. Someone was saying, oh, that was probably a clearance price. No, in the store, in that store, is $448. I skewed it and everything. It's legit. Now, the problem is, in the store, I mean, I was surprised to see one, much less having multiple sizes. They don't stock a whole bunch, obviously, or if they do,
Yeah, we've seen one.
you know,
in all
yeah,
the
we've
Walmarts
seen
we've gone
one,
to.
and we've been to a ton of them.
Yeah.
So if they did have multiple in, I don't know if they would stock all the sizes or not. They might, I don't know, but they're always selling out online. Like I look at it every day, and every day it changes what sizes are available and what colors. But I will say this. You can go on our link there and see what's currently available, and you will find that there are, if you go back and forth in the black and the white, there are different sizes for the different colors. Because I went on there and white was available in the very small and the large, and then black was available in the other sizes that the white wasn't. So if you're not picky on the color, you have more selections on the sizes.
Yeah.
But now if you order online, it's $4.98, which is still not bad. I hear there's some stores that have upped the price higher.
Really?
Which, yeah, someone said something about that. I'm like, well, we haven't seen it yet. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm sure it does. It does. Prices do vary a little bit per store.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Most are pretty uniform on big items, so.
Yeah, and not only that, but like this is a really sought after bike. You know? So I was getting at with the price of $500, we're looking at doing an upgrade, keeping everything.
$448, please. I mean, $498.
$498. We're looking at doing a build under $1,000 for this bike. That's going to be brakes, fork, the way it's looking, a front wheel, bars, pedals, tires, and a rear shock. That's 6 items. But some of the deals going right now.
Pedals.
Yeah, pedals. Some of the deals going right now. I think we can get into that price range of under $1,000. So it's gonna be an interesting upgrade series with that bike, because we're definitely going to do that. We're going to wolf tick it.
I think we're going to end up having to stretch it to 1,100, and I don't want to. I want to be in 1,000, because some of the commenters have been, and I love this. Some of the commenters have gone on and said, you know what sucks is everybody that's got that bike, all the big channels or the highfalutin channels that do the expensive bikes, all of them have got that bike and they don't wolf tick it. They go off the rails and put like thousands of dollars into it, and it turns it into basically everything else. And it's like, it's not realistic for the average guy.
Yeah, so hopefully we can be a real build like on all most of our other builds, you know.
Yeah, most of them.
A good 99% of them. So anyway, we're fixing to hit Hayes Creek Run. Let's get into that gratuitous slow-mo.
Okay. you're doing the most.
Yeah, let's get into that gratuitous
You're doing
slow-mo
the most
for this bike, and then we're gonna have some fun on this trail. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe
We got
button.
our Uncrustables ready to go.
Let's do this.
So we've got the shock view down there. I'm gonna eliminate the fork view because this trail is pretty damn nasty, but we'll be able to do the sloth cam over here and hopefully get you guys a decent shot of it. We've got the rear brake and the group set. I'm curious to hear about the chain. I'm curious to hear about the chain slap, because this thing has got an awesome chain stay protector on it. See if we get any chain slap going down this thing. It's still completely stock. Black Diamond, Hayes Creek, 2.3 miles. Let's get after this. You guys already saw, I went ahead and let all the pressure out of the shock on the adjuster. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the Hayes Creek run, and we're gonna talk about this thing. We've already done the real-time review on this bike, so we're gonna get it today. We're gonna send it as much as we can, and we're gonna find out what holds up, what feels good, what needs to be upgraded. I mean, we've gone through this bike and we've taken it to everybody's favorite test track, right? Old Cat's Meow. But now we're gonna tear into this thing a little bit, and hopefully soon we can do a wolf tick upgrade on it. God, I gotta adjust these brakes real quick before we go any further. That was something that tripped me out too. On these rotors, I don't know if they're organic or what. Let me show you guys before we get started. They've got this rust look all over them. Hell, it might be rust. it's really weird. I think they're rusting already. Both the front and rear rotors are already rusting. But we got to adjust those. Okay, a little bit more tension on them. They're a little loose. Probably adjusting the throw could really help, but we'll save that whenever we get some hydraulics on these. So I can hear that oil circulating in the rear already, which is awesome because I've taken all the pressure out. But I'm curious about the chatter. So first hit here. Again, this bike is so a little bouncy on the tail end. Whenever you land, you get real bouncy. But I'm just so surprised and shocked on how well level you can stay in the air with it. It does take some getting used to, especially with the full suspension. But yeah, I mean, it's a heavy bike. The fork's heavy, we know that. Rear shock's probably got some weight to it. That rear end as well, but it's actually decently level throughout, or balanced throughout. Now these tires are going to be an area of concern. I've got a tube and a patch kit, and yes, I have a pump. We'll probably be getting a flat on this trail today. I know Trail Jesus says it's been pretty rough out here. One of our patrons actually builds trails and upkeeps them and maintains them. And what's cool is he goes through and he watches the episodes, and I let him know different parts of the trail that he can come out and work on. So I appreciate that. But this bike, being a 29er, absolutely just flows. And they put some dirt in there, that's nice. Absolutely just flows and keeps that speed. Very little pumping necessary for sure. Now that seat's super low, that's really nice, getting out of my way. I can't take these turns at a super high rate of speed because this bike will wash out from under me. Okay, so whenever you put a little bit more weight towards the tail end, you're not getting that donkey kick, as somebody said in the comments. This bike doesn't start jumping all over the place as long as your weight's back and putting all the pressure on the rear shock. We're definitely going to need some new brakes for this thing. Like I said, those rotors are already rusting. They're 180s, which is great that Ozark Trail gave you that. But they're rusting, and these mechanical brakes just ain't getting it done. There's still a lot of chatter up front. We did have some commenters. Yeah, see, I love that. That made such a big difference with that rear shock. Loosening it all the way, which I was worried about chatter mainly. Made such a big difference in the landing and smoothing out department. Okay. Oh, all right, now we've got the Savage Rock Garden. Let's see how she treats us today on this thing. All my weight's back, you hear that? It's like somebody's getting busy on a spring mattress. Okay, not bad. Here I'd normally be able to really fly through this portion, but I can't too much. Oh, brakes are locking up pretty good. It's just these are definitely 2-finger brake. I've got the 1 fingers on them at the moment, but as soon as you go to brake, you got to go to 2 fingers. And the grips ain't too bad right now. Let's stop down here and talk about it a little bit. I'm just worried about losing the camera. This trail is rough. Good, all the cameras are still on here. Huge difference with the rear shock. I mean, massive. After letting all that tension out of there, you can actually hear it circulating. The fork, we've bottomed out. That fork is hurting big time. I'm not really hearing a lot of chain slap, and we shouldn't with that chainstay protector. But yeah, these brakes, I've already got all the rust pretty much cleaned off of them. They're radiating some heat. Again, I love the 180s. Maybe just a different rotor combo would be good. Okay. And I'll tell you guys this, my feet are hurting right now. It's so weird. These pedals don't have any grip whatsoever, so my feet are constantly sliding all over them. Oh man, they really went through and cleaned some stuff out through here. Nice. Okay. Now, do we recommend like taking your bike down a black diamond? No. At a stock? No. All right, we got the big drop here. But we're just trying to see what this thing can handle. Oh, oof. Just trying to see what this thing can handle, what's going to break. So far, the rear end feels very solid. Is that because we have that 12mm through axle boost rear hub? Possibly. Oh, that could be part of it. The front end feels chattery as crap, but the good thing, all right, yeah, baby. Oh, I love that. The front brake is fading big time. Those pads are done in the front. I was squeezing really big time on them right now. They're done. The big thing with the front end is at least it's not your headset, your bar, your stem area. That feels really good. The problem is going to be that fork. It's trash. And it is like Oh, it's so loud and chattery and all over the place right now. The bike feels still like it's well put together. It still feels tight. Very comfortable bike. But as far as all the components and all that stuff go, it's actually staying together pretty good. You would think that this would be a rattle trap, and really the front end is. But I'm curious to see if it's going to hold up much longer. I'm surprised I haven't gotten a flat yet. Again, I'm not going crazy on the speed like that. I just got a little bit of nice, man. I just got a little bit. Ooh, this bike's going to be insane when we get some upgrades. Tires are definitely starting to get a little washed out in all these little areas. I'm getting a little squirrely in them like that. Yeah, it's crazy. Any bit of chunk, these things are wanting to wipe out on you. We've gotten some comments already on different tires, but we want to try to keep this build, like me and Wolfman were talking about, at least under 1,000. We're gonna try, and tires are just so expensive. Okay, I gotta go 2-finger brake. We got a big drop here. Almost went right into that curve. Definitely have lost it in that corner before. Okay, let's keep on with it here. Oh, my camera already messed up with the mount. So we definitely need a wider bar. We've talked about that time and time again with most bikes. This bar is a 720. Oh gosh, I just about lost it there. Wow, talk about having to be focused on a damn bike. I mean, riding a Black Diamond, brand new bike is already enough, but having to worry about falling the whole damn time because your tires ain't sticking. But anyway, we've talked about the bars. It's super responsive. It's almost too responsive on a trail like this with a lot of little switchbacks and technical tight areas. And every time you go to turn, that front end just wants to beam in that direction. And the bars aren't wide enough for that. The bike's, the bike is, oh baby. Damn, this bike's fun. The bike's too long for that. The wheelbase is way too long to have such a narrow bar. I wish they would have given us something bigger, maybe a 740, but we'll be having to do a bar upgrade as well. But the nice thing is this bar is aluminum. I usually fly through this area. It's funny because I'm catching all the areas, since I've ridden this trail so many times, all the areas I'm really catching and seeing what I normally do through them and what this bike is capable of doing and not. With more upgraded bikes, of course, but in stock form, oh, see my feet just came off them pedals right now. In stock form, this thing has got to get a lot of upgrades for it to really be able to handle this trail. And this is what's gonna be awesome is you guys, oh, nice shape of the trail here, very smooth. You guys will be able to see this video and then the videos as we wolf tick and go through it. Then we have to get some revenge on this trail. But the bike so far is handling it. So this is the only area here where you're really gonna need a dropper, at least on this trail, or a higher seat post. The rear end still feels tight. That shock's putting in some work. It feels excellent. And this is a Black Diamond trail and it's really rough shape. I'm surprised, you know. I thought things were gonna get blowed out real quick and for sure would have a flat already. That rotor's hurting. The front brake is done. You know, that sucker is, it's just such a bad design, the way that caliper slams into the rotor and basically hits that wall on the other side. At least they could do is just give us something that actually pinches the rotor. I think over time that may warp it. I'm not a scientist, but that's just a theory. Some hits, some pedal strikes. You can see that crank arm there's a little beat up. 165s would be nice. Are we looking at doing a crank set or a group set upgrade right now? No. Because that's not going to fit in the budget, and really with that nice of a chainstay protector there's no need to. So we talked about the pedals and we got some speed areas now which can be a little sketch given the lack of gription on the pedals. Oh, look at that, a little chain derailment, little bit of chain derailment there. I was in 9th gear. That's interesting. Crankset's very smooth. That's a sealed Nico bottom bracket. Oh man, that was a lot of fun on the ride. It's just I was trying to get my point across, like it's gonna be interesting on the real-time with the real-time review whenever we actually get this thing wolf ticked, because I want to get some redemption on that trail. These tires are so bad and these pedals are so bad, you can hardly stay on the trail and you can't get down to those corners because there's just no confidence in these tires. And I'm sure you guys were able to see that going down the whole time.
Now, like I said, do we recommend taking a bike from Walmart out of the box, building it up, taking it down to Black Diamond?
Well, of course,
No.
we don't recommend anything.
Of course we don't. But you guys got to see how that
Should you
went.
do that? Probably not.
No. But, you know, we're your stunt boys out here. It was a lot of fun. That front brake is just done. I mean, that thing, like I was saying, it was faded, but I think that pad's completely gone. You know, I was kind of hating on the rear shock on just how much it doesn't do, but loosening that sucker all the way up was very nice. You can hear the oil circulating back there. Add the dampening turned all the way down. Very impressed with the rear shock on that ride. And the other thing was that there's no chatter. So there's definitely enough tension or pullback or compression on that rear shock to not just keep it sprung out the entire time. So that's a big plus. The crankset, I did have a derailment. The crankset was super smooth. I tried that out there, played with it a little bit while the chain was off. I did have a derailment. Now, is that due to, you know, the cameras I have on the left side of the chain stand, me derailing it with my heels, or not being able to really keep track on these pedals? That might be one thing. Or it could just be, you know, it just had a little change,
It bounced and hit at the wrong time and derailed.
Yeah, so it could be a few things there. But all in all, the bike survived, and that's a win. You know, the bike definitely survived. Not one flat. I knew I was going to get a flat, but
You always
maybe
get flats on
and that
trail.
sucker was pretty rough. So maybe the full suspension, the front being so just sloppy, and the rear end actually working. Maybe that good suspension throughout and it not being a hardtail really helped out without getting a flat. I'm not sure. Or you could go, well, he wasn't going that crazy fast the entire time. Maybe it's due to. Just not riding hard enough. But I'm going to tell you guys my full speed here.
Your max speed.
Max speed was 16.31.
Okay.
Most of the time on this trail, I've gotten up to, I think, 24 on this trail before. And I'm just unable to really get to a high rate of speed.
Tires not happening.
Especially down here, you know, it's a speed run, you know, and I could not stay tracked. I was just like, nope, you know, there's a big tree on your right, a hill on your left, and you're going to get pinched up for sure. But yeah, it was a really fun ride. I just can't wait to, like I said, get some redemption on this thing. Try to stay within budget as much as we can. Do something realistic for all you viewers out there. We're not going to just throw a bunch of money at it.
Yeah, we're not going to do the, you know, $2,000-$3,000 worth of
No, and that's what we talked about in the beginning of the episode. We want to keep it realistic and keep things obtainable for everybody. And even if we do buy something that's on a really good deal, like Wolfman said, we'll try to give you guys some stuff maybe that we've tested out before. That'd be a good alternative.
Yeah, or some ideas of stuff that's out there that we find if something is no longer available.
Yeah, but all right, guys. Well, that was another Wolf Tick Videos episode on the FS.2 Slalom. That was the final ride before we actually start getting some stuff on this thing and doing some upgrades. But I'm excited about it.
Some upgrades.
Yeah, it definitely needs some. It's such a fun bike. Wider bars needed too. You know, I can go on for days. It's just things that they should have done, but that's okay. We're going to definitely do them.
Well, this isn't the Axum FS where it's like what they should have done as much as this is just a project.
Yeah, definitely a project, but those bars are hurting because this bike has such a long wheelbase. They're too responsive. You know, you do a little bitty turn and the whole front end just wanting to kick over.
The wheelbase does seem longer than it should or could be, but I don't know if it's that bad.